I gotta turn this off. Just pushed me.
You got it? My goodness. Hey, Arthur, how are you, bud? Hey, happy Friday, American Roots. And I'm glad it's Friday, but as you know, there really isn't a work, schedule for a homestead. So tomorrow is going to be busy. Yeah, Sunday's going to be busy. Hey, Wanda, how are you? Yeah, she said hello to you, just so you know.
Hi.
Yeah. Hey, Homestead Aquarius, how are you? Yeah, life's good here, guys. We're working hard. B is trying to get the produce all put up and all that good stuff. Hey, Bear Bottom. Hey, Jonathan. Here tonight, do y'all prefer chocolate, babka, cocoa pumpkin pie, or whole wheat craisin walnut loaf? Also, do y'all grow tarragon? Mrs. Hacks, hello. Did you see Jonathan's statement? So you don't grow tarragon, right?
No, I tried to get tarragon from the neighbor. Remember the dog?
Yeah, goodness. I mean, do I prefer chocolate, babka, coconut pumpkin pie, or whole? I mean, I don't know how you go wrong with any of that. Those all sound good. I don't think I've had any of them, so I'm in. Hey, Crazy Days, thank you for saying hello, Tag 2. I was feeling kind of emotional and shy, and I really got to work on coming out of my shell. And Wanda, you've allowed me to do that. Hey, Randy. Yeah, American Roots says no weekend for us. Yeah, just how it goes. Hey, Pat, how are you? Kyle, hello. Grumpy Acres, hello. Joanne, hello. Hey, we'll get going tonight. I just kind of get you guys kind of a little bit up to speed on what's going on. As many of you know, we have launched hey, Pete, what's up, Squatchy? We have launched a social media platform, called FreeSteading. And I'd like to kind of, I don't really want to just get into questions tonight and what do people think about it and how can we adapt it? How can we change it for those of you that have been on it? But I thought it would be helpful to everybody to kind of understand how it even came to be, what the background of all of this was, because this has actually been in the works for a long time. I didn't really talk about it because, well, how many times have you heard somebody say, hey, I'd like to go do this or I'd like to go do this? And, I would much rather just do it and get it out there. And so at least you guys know I'll do it. So as you guys know, any of you who've watched all of my videos, if you go back to my very first video, I went through a pretty tough time. And I had worked for this company I had agreed to sign on before it was really even a company. And man, we fought hard. And we were just an idea. And, within a matter of a few years, they were a $140 million company doing business all over the country, very successful. And basically the CEO came to me, wanted to do some mandating to the employees. I stood my ground. I left my career, lost what I'd worked my whole career for. And I can't tell you guys how replaceable I felt, how, in that moment, how everything that I had done, and I led it, guys. I mean, I led the revenue efforts for that entire company and just how I felt disposable. And I kind of decided, right then, that this was never going to happen to me again, that I was never going to allow my life to be controlled so much by outside sources that I really was just nothing more than a slave. So anyway, get off that topic. How this came to be is I've been watching, as you guys know, I watch a lot of channels and, from, Permapasture Farms and Deep South and even Jack Spirko and a lot of these guys were talking a lot about, we've got to find a way to change the economy of what we do. Because right now, right here on YouTube, at any point in time, YouTube can tell me no. And Facebook can tell me no. And I want to change that dynamic. When the things happened to me at my company, I decided right then that I was going to voice my opinion. I was going to spread freedom and I was going to do it at every corner. And guys, this is just, my YouTube was phase 1, FreeSteading's phase 2. I'm not done. They made me mad. And then there's another reason kind of behind it too, which is people said I couldn't do it. And well, I did it, and here it is. And so I'm hoping we can grow it. Let me catch up on my hellos real quick. Papa T, hello. Lucy Bourne, Camp Joy Farms, Linda, Darren, and/or Patty. I don't know which one that is, but X for the Homesteaders is here. Mama's here. How would you pronounce that? MJWI. How would I actually say that? Joey. Joey? Joey. I would say that, but hello, Tiger Paw, hello. So basically, we came to the conclusion that we wanted to build an alternative, build a place where we can come together, we can have a marketplace, we can do business with each other, which I think is super important, where we can get kind of out of that shadow of the fact checkers. We could do some of these things. And so luckily for me, I've been in business long enough. I know people everywhere. And I just happen to know one of the greatest internet marketers in the world. And so I picked up the phone, and he's very like-minded. Never been on my show. And although I'd love to get him on, but right now he's in some foreign country somewhere running around. But anyway, sat down and started outlining what would it look like if we did this and how would it be different. And spent about 6 months kind of going through all of that stuff, trying to find the software, trying to figure out how it worked, obviously trying to come up with all the money to do it because it certainly wasn't a cheap endeavor. But anyway, we started beta testing about a week ago, and we have 390 members on the site now, and about 8 community leaders. And this is going to grow, again, as we continue to go live with this. But anyway, so that's kind of how it came to be. It's just my way of being a rebel, and kind of trying to fight back, just a little bit. Uncle Bodie's here. Hey, Uncle Bodie. I haven't heard from you in a while. That's a good guy right there. So what I would like to do, Coraline, hello, how are you? I've had lots of conversations with you. What I would like to do is to hear some feedback from you guys. Do you guys have, for those of you guys who have been to the site, are considering the site, give me some feedback. Tell me a little bit about what you think about it. Pete Squatchy says, think huge. Homestead Aquarius says, that sounds amazing. Good job. You guys, and if you go to freesteading.com right now, it's there. And there's all kinds of people chit-chatting and doing their thing. And it's kind of there's a lot of different pieces to it, but it could really replace a lot of the social media that we use today. It's got built-in forums, built-in groups, a lot, activity feeds, communities, events, a lot of that kind of stuff. There will be, at some point here, there will be a marketplace, VIP sections. There'll be all of those, although not all of them are built yet. American Roots says, I love the site. It's really easy to use. Yeah, we're hoping we can make it even easier to use. But, I'm smart enough to know that if it isn't easy, I won't be able to get anybody there. So, American Roots, thanks for that. Yeah. So, man, there's a lot of people showed up. Songs of Joy, hello. I think I got that one. Drummondson Live, hello. Kyle Davis, hello. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a most amazing guest here tonight. So Mo Engineer is here. Mo is a very good friend of mine. Absolutely one of the smartest people that I know. And I love talking to him. We talk all the time. He is shares a story very similar to mine and went through a lot of the same things that I went through. And so, Mo, I'm super, super, super happy you're here. Yeah, isn't that awesome how people say Mo's in the house?
Yeah.
Mo is in the house.
That's Pippin.
Yeah. If you if you guys are curious who Mo is, you can go back into my videos, and under one of the mandate videos, forced to mandate videos, very early on in the channel's history, me and Mo sat down and talked about the atrocity that's going on and how employers think they have some type of ownership over people, and just kind of how it went down. Hey, look at that. Who runs Bartertown? Just so everybody knows, Mo runs Bartertown. Oh, look at that. Mo's blushing. Yep, Uncle Bodie. Hey, Mo, Uncle Bodie's a good guy. You two get along good. But anyway, very, very, very good friend of mine. Crazy Days says, I have been testing a week. Love the ideas. So many possibilities. Yeah, there's a lot, that we're trying to get figured out. I'd kind of like to hear from you guys a little bit. There's a couple topics I'd like to talk about if you guys will give me your feedback. How do we as a community vet the community leaders and the channels that we bring in here? How do we vet them in a way that gives you guys confidence they know what they're talking about? I would really be interested to hear people's input on that. Jonathan said, I have two main feedback items for now. One is that the main activity feed moves fast with this few of users. Okay, let's just start right there. Right now, it's turned on where everybody sees everything. Every single person that posts on the activity feed, everybody sees. But as time wears on, we agree this is going to become white noise because it's just going to be moving so fast. So we have it set up where at any point in time, we could make it to where you're only seeing the groups you follow. That those are the only posts you're seeing. And we could do some of that, but there's got to be some kind of mix in there. You know, I don't want to stop you from seeing all these other great channels and all these other great things that go on, but at the same time, it can't be white noise. So Jonathan, I agree with this, and something we need to. You can filter a bit, but it's still a lot. Yep, I agree. I have two feedback items for now. One. Okay, so we got to Jonathan. Jonathan, I 100% agree with you, and we don't want it to turn into white noise. Lucy says, you guys have done a great job with this site. I've learned today while I was resting how to put pics and gave a little info on me. Thank you. Yeah. Yep. I seen that on there today. Keep doing that. Homestead Aquarius says, I just bookmarked your site. I will go back later and probably make an account. Hey, great. I would love Homestead. I'd love Aquarius. I would love any feedback you'd give me. You know, it has been through a lot of testing. So I'm fairly confident in it's not going to break down. It's not going to do those things, but we want to make sure we get all of the, features in that everybody wants. That's interesting. Uncle Bodie's Homestead said, always judge a man by his consistencies or lack of. Best vetting process there is. Yeah, a lot of truth in that. Yep. Pete says, somehow following folks so you know when they post and having options to ignore. Yeah, I think the ignore option is important too, because, not everybody, has a taste for everything. I know some really good people who are rough around the edges, for example, who I would, totally bring into the community, but I could see how in some cases they would turn people off because they're just kind of rough around the edges. So I think that's important. Jonathan continued, related to that, it perhaps allow regular updates into a filter, the posts that are not group forms, replied, etc. Okay, related to that is perhaps allow regular updates into a filter, the posts that are not group form, replies. I'm not 100% sure what he's saying. Are you?
No.
Yeah, Jonathan, I probably should tell everybody this. When it comes to FreeSteading, I'm the business guy. That's what I do. When it comes to the technical part of FreeSteading, like actually building it and doing all of that stuff, they start talking, my eyes glaze over and, tag out. Uncle Bodie says, me. I must have missed something here. Uncle Bodie, I must be halfway into a conversation with you because I don't understand. Maybe I'm slow today. Do you understand? Because I don't understand.
No, I was looking. Maybe he's talking about Bartertown. Maybe he wants to run Bartertown.
Yeah.
I was looking up at Jonathan's.
Okay, Hack says we have figured out how to edit remarks after posting. This is good because this was kind of a struggle for us. You can edit a post, but we struggled figuring out how to edit a comment, which is something we've been working on. Jonathan says, what I mean is when you just share an update from the homepage, that's different kind of post than the other stuff that fills up the feed. Oh, yeah. I understand now. Thank you for that. Jonathan, I'm telling you, I'm not the tech guy, bud. But if you ever want a cabin built, I might be the guy. Just saying. Deb says, if we could have like more emojis for posts and comments on our post. Yep. So, hey guys, real quick, Deb is a community leader from the TV channel Green Dreams. And so they're permaculturists and they primarily down in Florida looking to expand, but they do some amazing work. If you've never seen Green Dreams TV, if you just go get a YouTube video and look at Green Dreams, you'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, this is a professional level. When I asked Deb if she wanted to be part of this project, she was very willing and exciting and helpful. I've ran a lot of things by her from a business side because she's a pretty smart lady. And, they even put a coupon in like the very first couple days that said, hey, any FreeSteaders, you get
Yeah, they have a website. You can buy live plants.
Plants and stuff like that. So
It's hard to find stuff.
Yeah. So you guys make sure we check we go out and check that out. Deb, and I can't, just in front of everybody, I can't imagine having to go down this road without you. And it's just super, super helpful. Oh, Uncle Bodie says me, rough around the edges. Yeah. Yeah. Bodie, although I know this to be true because I've seen videos that you're removed from the internet. Okay. I know this to be true, but you know what, guys, just like the guy that I'm talking about, just like Bodie, the guy who dug my pond, if you met him just at first glance, super rough around the edges, could totally go off, but deep down inside has this heart that's this big and would do anything for anybody. And so I understand now, Bodie. Jonathan says I might take you up on that. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping for that. Yeah, Coraline says we might holler at you for a cabin build. Tigerhead says, hey, South Carolina. Hey, South Carolina. Okay.
I like that she put the grin like.
Yeah. Homestead Aquarius says, just make sure you give Tag clear instructions on how you want him to build something. Oh, man.
Thick and chunky.
Yeah. No, I think they were thinking about the pole in the bedroom.
Oh.
Yeah. Homestead Aquarius, thank you for that. Yeah, because sometimes what B says to me in B language, B will say, hey, I would really like this. And I'm a super creative, big imagination. I think outside the box. And then how I interpret that, you end up with a tree in your bedroom. But it's beautiful.
Creative.
But it's beautiful, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It will be.
Yeah.
It is now.
It is now. Yeah. After the tree's already installed.
Yes.
And it's not coming down.
It's not coming down.
You should have seen me putting that thing up by myself.
I know.
Man, I felt like an old dude. Jonathan says, second feedback item was, I was thinking of was while the groups have forum boards that members can use, any thoughts about more centralized topic forums to keep conversations easy to find? Yes. Actually, we have had some good conversations about this. And what we need to try to figure out is how broad do we want to make that? Because, I don't want it to just become this huge cluttered thing. But getting the generalized topics is super important to the growth and the SEO of the website. So this is something, Jonathan, we've talked about, and I would welcome a phone call from you to further discuss. Papa T says, I love the idea of building a community, but unfortunately the concept of social media has so turned me off that I'm having trouble getting involved. Just not top of mind for me. Guys, I get it. I can't tell you how many times I just want to shut it all down and just, go out to the garden or do what I'm doing. But the problem is, guys, we have to stand together. We have to build community. There's no other way. I don't see any other way out of this. We can sit back and wait for it to happen. Right. We can do that. And I understand why. I've got some of my very best friends in the world who caution me all the time about, you got to be careful. This is dangerous. This is, whatever, you're putting yourself out there, and it's hard. And I totally get it, but I've made the decision. I'm not hiding anymore. They took everything from me, in one swipe of a pen, they made me completely replaceable, and I'm going to fight back, and I'm going to fight back the way I know how, which is I'm going to go out there and preach it. And I'm going to go try to help people, and I'm going to try to help grow a community. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to, just talk. We're going to actually go do it.
Bobby's in the house.
Hey, Bobby.
Spags.
Oh man, I'm way behind. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Homestead. Yep. The poll, laugh out loud. Aquarius says. Yeah.
Now the poll is rough around the edges.
Right. Yes, it is. Yes. And right now that poll is rough around the edges, but when it's done, it will be smooth. Yeah.
Oh, that next one's Yoda.
Yeah. What's the difference?
She won't accept my friend request.
Okay. Yeah. This is funny. So Grumpy Acres asks, what's the difference between thick and chunky?
Chunky.
Okay. Thick, Yoda, is when you stick a spoon in a bowl and the spoon stands up. It would be thick. Okay. Chunky is where the pieces are big. It's chunky. Okay. If you make salsa for me out of all of my wonderful harvest that comes out thick, a spoon sticks in it, but it looks like it's baby food, it would not qualify as chunky. It's delicious, but it's not thick and chunky. I'm glad we got a chance to clear that up. Uncle Bodie says the more trees, the merrier. I agree with him.
In the house?
Yes, in the house.
The moringa trees. I can grow them in the house.
You're already
Thank
growing
you.
them in the house.
No, I mean like more in the
Okay.
house.
Yeah, you and
live trees. That's what he meant. See, the palm trees, they're alive.
Yeah.
Live trees in the house.
Yeah, thank you, Uncle Bodie.
Bodie, yes.
Thank you, Uncle Bodie. And 2 comments beneath that is Deb, who is the supplier of the said
10% off.
moringa trees. Spag says, hey, thanks, Tag, for spearheading freesteading. I want to talk about this real quick, guys. And Bobby, thank you for saying that. But the truth is, if I was doing this alone, we would still be an idea. Just a fact. I am surrounded by go-getters. I am surrounded by hustlers. I'm surrounded by people who will absolutely go do it. And if it wasn't for those people, none of this would be. Somehow I ended up kind of the face of it, but the truth is it wasn't me. I mean, I made sure the business was legal, that the trademarks were secure, that the accountant was up to speed and those kind of things, but it ain't me. And Bobby, from Spags, you've played as big a role as anybody.
And thank you.
Yeah, and thank you. Right. American Root says, that's where the vetting of trolls is important. I trust this site and the people within it for the simple place to trust building community with other like-minded people. Guys, this is a huge issue. I'm going to do everything that I can do to make sure our security is top-notch and that we self-police. And I think this brings up a really, really good point, American Roots. There's been a lot of conversations behind the scenes about, should we allow this? Should we allow this? Guys, I'm all about being free. I'm about living life according to your own terms. I don't want to go about policing what people say. I'm not interested in all this. But at the same time, if we're not careful, they'll just shut it down, right? So hopefully as a community, we can set this culture where we look out for each other. American Roots, I will look out for you. Deb, I will look out for you. Look out for me. Grumpy Acres, I will look out for you. Spags, I will look out for you. Hacks from the Homestead, I will look out for you. And just do the same thing for me. And if we can kind of self-police it, then we don't have to get into all that stuff that I am really opposed to getting into anyway. Uncle Bodie says, can I hang a deer stand on it? Well, here's the thing, Bodie. You don't live far from me, and we have big deer. And I have big trees, and you can hang a deer stand on any of them. Now, could you hang a deer stand on the tree in my bedroom? That's a little weird, dude. I know, right? Lord. It's been a long day, guys. Grumpy Acre said, I'm a picky eater. I know, Yoda, listen, I mean this with so much sincerity. I am eager and excited of trying your new baby food recipes. I am. It will be wonderful, but it's not chunky. Yeah. Deb says, yes, grow moringa trees in the house and more. Yeah. Thanks, Deb. Okay, let's try this a third time. Hey, Spags, fingers didn't want to work right. Yeah, that happens to me a lot. Okay. Hey, y'all, remember to hit that like button. Hey, thank you for that, Hacks for Homestead. Yeah, this is, you guys, anybody who's been following this channel, I don't spend a lot of time talking about like this and subscribe that because I think it just either grows organically or it doesn't. I don't really spend a lot of time worrying about it. But if we're going to spread the idea of a place somewhere beyond YouTube where community can come together, all of those will dictate how many people get to see it. The more people that see it, the more we can build a community. So I think, thank you for that. And I would encourage that as well. B, if I can grow vanilla beans in the house, you can definitely grow whatever.
I want to grow vanilla beans in the house.
Yeah, maybe you should talk to Arthur about getting a vanilla bean. Where does he get his vanilla beans from?
He grows them.
Well,
in his house.
He didn't create the original seed. It came from somewhere.
Probably.
Okay. American Root said, I'll look out for you too. Yeah, guys, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I will make sure if somebody is on my group page inside of FreeSteading and someone's talking about things that puts any of us at risk, I promise you, I will stand up and say something. Say, no, not here, guys. Let's just not do it. I'm not going to police it. I'm not going to mandate it. I'm not going to do any of those things, but we can look out for each other and keep all of us safe at the exact same time. Yep, I know you do, Grumpy Acres, and thank you, Hacks and Homestead. Deb says, and to each member, each look out so we have a great place to unite, empower, and help each other having fun. Yeah, I want to comment on this. This is such a big thing. Guys, I have said when this whole thing began, I knew that prepping led to homesteading, because as you go through prepping, what happens is you find out you can only store so much food. You just get, I think the natural progression of it gets you into homesteading. But I think there's a step beyond homesteading, which is how we named this, which was freesteading, which is what you're really trying, which is what takes prepping and homesteading and adds, off-grid living and independency and self-sufficiency and trying to break the cycles and getting out of debt and doing the things that make you more and more free all the time. And so I couldn't agree with you more, Deb. Coraline says, shame on the moon. Uncle Bodie's homestead says it's a nice tree. It is a nice tree, Bodie. I look at it, we've been trying to debate in there. I want to leave it kind of like it is, smooth it up a little bit, because there's these beautiful gray stripes and these beautiful colors. But really, you want to, because it's the film, kind of the inside layer of the film of the bark. You kind of want to strip it down. I think
it should be sanded off.
To be sanded off. She wants to sand it off. I just like it the way it looks, But I guess we're still debating that, and maybe she'll articulate what she clearly wants. Or maybe she won't.
I didn't have a vision of it in the first place, so it's hard for me to.
You said, I want a rail. I'd like it to be beautiful. I put a tree in the house. I don't see the confusion. I mean, anybody could get there, right?
It's just not what I expected.
Lucy Board says, Mr. Tag, I'm proud of you for being part of this community you are building. You are like my new family. Love the people. And yes, I love living free. Amen. I'm hoping we can kind of be that for everybody. I get, I don't know, 8 or 10 emails a day, not a lot, but just people asking, hey, what would you do here? And what would you do there? And how do I do this? And even some that are just encouraging. And I love it. Absolutely love it. Sugar Creek Homestead says, howdy. Y'all been listening in. Thank you. American Root says, I love her face. Yeah, she can be kind of animated sometimes. I don't think there's very many times where something goes on where I can't look at her and exactly know what she's thinking. Whether she loves the idea or she doesn't. Lucy Bourne says, Miss Yoda, the zucchini relish recipe is delicious. Yeah, Yoda's a great cook, and she's kind of an out of the box cooker, which is good. Like, I never imagined that someone would create this brand new line of baby food called salsa. I just never put it together.
When you say out of the box cooking, that means like out of a box, not like she's not out of a box cooking. She's
I'm not talking about
out of the box.
I'm not talking about macaroni and cheese.
That's what
out of a box.
That's what I got when you said she's out of the box cooking.
I'm talking about she's like creative. She'll, a dash of this and a dash of this and dash of this and dash of this and that's what I meant.
She's like, I'm gonna roast up some peppers. Can I roast up some peppers? Yeah. And I'm like, no. And she's like, you want just boring salsa? Mm-hmm. I'm like, yes, boring salsa. Yep. Chunky, thick. Uncle
Bodie said, if there is anyone in Missouri, Ozark Homestead Expo is going on this weekend in Marshfield, Missouri. Yeah, so a couple things on this, which is really, really important. So the first thing is that FreeSteading.com, we are in the middle of building state pages. Okay, so that people in different states in the same state can communicate. There's some talk about whether we should like let's say we build a state for Nebraska. Should we only allow Nebraska members to join the Nebraska group? So some of those kind of conversations going on, or should anybody be able to join the group?
Because if you're like right on the line, but your address is Iowa, why can you not join Nebraska?
Well, because one of the complaints we got was not complaints, but one of the pieces of feedback we got was that they're part of other things, and the problem is the group pages are saturated with people from all over, and they're trying to talk about connecting and communicating in all of this. And so we're just still kind of having a talk about that. But the other thing, Uncle Bodie, that you should know is if you go into FreeSteading and you go into, there is a tab on the left-hand side that says events. Mm-hmm. We will be loading events in, but you guys can load them in too. If that expo is going on, let's get all of this homesteading information in one place so we can all go and go to the places we want, see the things that we want. So there's an events page built in the platform.
Will it say like going? Can you click on it so that you can know that like, 4 of these people are going to be at that event. Maybe I want to go and see those 4 people.
Yeah, I don't think it will do that today, but I'll put that on my list to talk about. Could we maybe figure out how many FreeSteaders are going to one event versus another? Maybe we can, send out a bunch of hats.
It could be like, I'm going because she's going.
Right. Okay. Okay. I completely agree with Deb on this. What was Deb's last comment? Yep. Deb says for each member, each of us look out so we have a great place to unite. Yeah. And so they agree with Deb on this. And I agree too. And I think if we do that, guys, we're going to be okay. And I think if we do that, we can police ourselves. We don't need all of that overreach. We're big boys and girls. I mean, or we wouldn't be here, right? We wouldn't be living this guy. You guys know this life's not easy.
No, it isn't.
Right. I mean, so Grumpy Acre said, Arthur, Leslie, I would also love a cutting, please. Yeah, that's Yoda. I know that because I don't think Aaron would care that much. Well, he might. He's probably out building a door. But Jonathan, when you said you needed to get all of the bark off, was that just because of the ants and the beetles and stuff? I have never seen that kind of tree in person. Actually, you have, bud. All that is an eastern cedar tree. That's all it is. I mean, they grow everywhere. It's just a big one. And so it's, very turned and all that. But no, I don't need to get the bark off because of all of the ants and stuff. That's all that big, thick bark that goes on. There's no more on it. It's long gone. But what's interesting about a cedar tree, and guys, I've built a lot of stuff out of cedar. I built when not long ago, a few years ago, Bethany, I wanted a rocking chair. I built her a rocking chair out of all live edged. And so nothing's formed.
And a coffee table.
I built a coffee table for her because she wanted one. So, but anyway, in cedar, so there's this big outer thick bark. And then inside of it, there's kind of these paper forms.
It's like hair.
It's like kind of like hair. And, but it just creates this beautiful gray streaks. I love it.
The outer bark comes off pretty easy because of it's like smooth underneath. So you want to get that off so that it doesn't just come off when you're not expecting it.
Right.
You bump into the bottom of it with the vacuum and chunks are falling off. You don't want any of that. So he's trying to clean it up so that it's a finished, it just looks more finished.
Yeah, I think I like the stripes. Anyway, Arthur says, got you covered, Grumpy. Thank you, Arthur, for that. Gypsy says, Louise and I have enjoyed using FreeSteading this week, been able to connect with others. Wonderful.
Nice.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We want this. I think as we move further on in the progression of this, I think we are really going to try to focus on trying to make those connections easier and easier and easier. Where if people want to connect, they can connect. Because again, I think community is everything. Absolutely everything. Oh, sorry. Why do I always do that?
I don't know.
Coraline says, Alan says hello. Hello, Alan. He's in and out, changing the brakes. Oh, yeah. You know what? I have some brake work that needs to be done on a trailer that I have not gotten to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Alan, I think has been being nominated for the community brake changer. Yeah, that'd be nice. Amelia says hello from Portland, Oregon. Well, hello, Portland. Jasper's mom, I'm late. I was over prepping in China Mart. Yeah.
Did you know that Jasper's mom was late?
I did not know that. For everybody that's watching the show tonight, some people are tardy, and Jasper's mom is one of them. Deb says, I would love some too, Arthur. Arthur, see, you didn't know what you're getting yourself into. You didn't know. I'm going to build a site. Okay, so we got this big plan for this marketplace, this virtual marketplace that we can fill every single need that a homesteader has, whether it would be, bone sauce from Permapasture Farms or, Green Dreams, who sells lots of plants or whatever it is. And so we need to build a store somewhere on Main Street that says Arthur's Vanilla. What do you think? I like the ring of that.
We're going to need a video to go along with that, like what we should do with it and how long it should take.
Yeah. Parsons Road Homestead said, good evening from Georgia. Hey, good evening from Georgia. I spent a little time down there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like Georgia. Squatchy says, I got to get back in there and post some more stuff. Yeah, yes, Squatchy, yes. We've been waiting for you. If you go into the live feed, there's a section a ways down there that talks about where's Squatchy. No, not really, but you need to post more. Amelia says, at Miss Wanda and Crazy Days, how you doing? Yep. Uncle Bodie's homestead. He said something and then decided he was going to take it back. Probably had to do with the deer stand in the tree in my bedroom. My guess. I don't know. Okay. Charles Scarborough says state affiliation will be self-policing, but people do have family members from outside the state that are interested. Yeah, I agree, Charles. We've kind of been on the fence about this. I don't really know how to take this. There will be state pages. Maybe we just let it be what it is. But I think giving people, maybe we can figure out a way to allow a subgroup Like if you get like, let's say a Nebraska group, you
Yeah.
could have a subgroup underneath it that was more restrictive. I don't know.
We have people who have like live in,
Right.
right at the edge, and they have a phone number from this
Yeah.
and an address from that.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, where?
Yeah. Well, I'm not a big fan of overreach and that kind of stuff anyway. Like I'd pretty much, if we could just learn to all police ourselves.
Yes.
If you live in New York, don't go into the Iowa page and talk about and make everybody mad. I mean, that's what I would wish it would be, but I don't know if I'll get my wish.
You're always going to have one person
Yeah.
who just wants to be involved in all of it. And
Yeah, and that's okay, I guess, too. Jonathan says, RE state groups, I vote for anyone because that would be really helpful for anyone looking to move. I agree with you.
Oh,
That's a great point.
right.
Uncle Bodie says, perfect idea for state listing. Stop on. Oh my goodness, I always do that. Okay, let me see. That's a great idea. So we know who's going. Yeah, I kind of like that idea, Coraline, too, that, on the events page, if we could figure out how many FreeSteaders are attending, get some, like I said, some FreeSteading merchandise out there, hats and stuff, and we can meet each other while we're at these places. I would love that.
Yeah.
I'll wear a big old FreeSteading shirt. Guaranteed.
You don't think that they would recognize your face?
I don't know. I mean, look like everybody else, I guess. I don't know. Lucy Bourne says, Miss B, seeing the video of you doing the tin on the roof, Mr. Tag should be proud of you. Not too many women would get up there and do it. Thumbs up. Yeah, I agree with that. There's not a lot of girls that get up there, but the truth is that's a great place to get a suntan. And when I walked up there, she was laying down. Just
not when I was roofing.
Yeah, you were. Oh no, when you were painting.
I was painting the underside of the soffit.
Excuses. Excuses.
Yeah, you know what? I thought for a second, like you wouldn't even notice if I painted that. I thought maybe I won't paint it.
I would notice.
You just put your head up underneath there and look.
Yeah. Excuse me. Squatchy says, maybe we want an anonymous state listing. I'm a little embarrassed, but live in a good little bubble. Yeah. Well, okay. So this is important, guys. When you guys sign up, as we do the state pages, we're going to add a box that asks you what state you're in, if you want to disclose it. Mm-hmm. You will never be mandated to do that. It is not going to be a requirement. The only requirement is going to be an email address and a username, because I need both of them to make the site work. But if you want to disclose your state, you'll just click the box and it will go into your profile, and then people could search for, what you guys can do right now. If you go to the search feature on FreeSteading, and I live in Kansas, for example, and you type in Kansas, anybody that's given that information will come up in the search. So you can do that right now. That's available today, but it's not just a concise little page. And Squatchy, I don't blame you, bud. I 100% understand. If someone don't want to disclose it, don't disclose it.
I think you should try to narrow it down too, because like Kansas, that's a big state.
Well, except
so
I don't.
I guess you could say, what are you in the north or south?
I think if you can hone it down to a state, people can talk amongst each other. They can communicate, and if someone wants to divulge what city they live in or what county they live in, that's up to them. Right? I don't really want to take that OPSEC away. I want them to be able to do it at their level of comfort, not at my level of comfort. Arthur says, Deborah, all my new starts are now spoken for. We'll be doing more later. Love that. Deb is a absolute amazing homesteader. I mean, she's got it going on. And Arthur, I'm gonna tell you something. If you want to do some bartering, and this is payback for the Moringa BS from earlier in this conversation. Moringa trees, there's just all kinds of stuff she's got down there that is awesome. And I'm sure she'd love to do some bartering with you. Grumpy Acre says, Grumpy is working on the land. So far, I've seen the skid loader and the zero turn roll by. Yep. So that means he's mowing and clearing something. Mm-hmm. Arthur, you've made my day. Yep. Okay. How cool is that? Okay. I got to go back. Hold on. Okay. Grateful Heart says, greetings, everyone. Hello, Grateful Hearts. Welcome back. Eagle Lover, Texas. Howdy, y'all. Hello. Welcome back. Eagle Lover, Texas has been very active in the FreeSteading website. When I get in there and I kind of look through there when I get time. So Eagle Lover, Texas, thank you for doing that. Coraline says, Alan says, bring it down and have B cook us up some grub. Yeah. That's a fair trade. You got to cook grub, and then he'll fix the brakes. I like that. Jasper Mom says, oh, by the way, B, I was going through some of the ebooks and manuals I had printed up, and I found how to build a Wallipini.
Oh,
my God, you guys just don't quit. I can send the file to tag for you.
look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, B needs to go shoot a video of what we've already done, because the 90% of the dirt work is done. It's all bowled out. It is ready to go, ready to pour footings.
And it's a lot bigger than I expected.
Yeah, it's 24 feet long. Well, the hole, so what we're going to build it in, is 24 feet wide and 60 feet long. Now, it won't end up that size because I've got to come in. I've got backfill. I've got drainage and all that stuff to do. But Crazy Day says, tag needs Wallipini ideas.
Yep. Well, I need the ideas so that I can
sell them.
Show you
no,
what
sell
I
them.
mean and what I want.
Yeah, sell them.
I need ideas, pictures. Draw me a picture.
Yeah. Pete Scratchy says, oh, man, I hide here and there. Yeah, I do too. Try to, but she finds me. RN says, I'm in Alabama, and they are in Mississippi. Mm-hmm. Camp Drift Farm says, I remember Pa Ingalls.
Mm-hmm.
B loves to watch Little House on the Prairie.
And love to do the right thing.
Telling Laura, Americans were free to be good and to do the right thing. And it always stayed with me. Yeah, that's the thing about freedom. It's not free. I mean, you know, you're free to make your own choices, but you're not free of the consequences of those choices, right? And the consequences are either good or they're bad. And no matter what the answer is, it's a direct result of the choice you made along the way. Camp Drift Farms, I love that. And again, she's a big Little House on the Prairie fan. She has, in the past several times said, hey, let's do the Little House on the Prairie again. So we watched like 12 episodes, or not 12 seasons. How many seasons was it? I don't remember. It's a lot.
I don't know. Then they changed the name of it. So.
Yeah. But anyway, we watched it a lot.
Yeah.
Mo says, so if you identify a person as shady, what do you do? Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about this. Again, I think that in the terms of service, what you're agreeing to in there is it says that we're not going to deal with any violence or hate speech. There's a lot of little things in there, but basically it comes down there. And I'm hoping, and to all of the community leaders who will be on the site, who many of them are here tonight, have heard me say it's up to us to police it. But I'm really hoping it's bigger than that. I'm hoping that the whole community will police it. And there's been some talk about giving them a warning first. If it happens again, I just end it. So some of that stuff's still being identified. But if we identify something that's going on that puts the group in danger, we will take action. I don't have it all worked out yet. Carolyn Smith says, do you have a free woman hat? Okay, so we've talked about this before in our videos, but Carolyn, let me share something with you. So when I decided I was going to print free man hats, and I wear this hat everywhere I go. I asked B, I said, B, do you want me to print a free woman hat? And she said,
I said no.
Why?
Because I felt that man was me too. It was free. It was mankind, human.
Right.
I didn't want the man, woman, he, she, it, whatever. Right. I just wanted
mankind.
I just wanted it to be mankind.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're open for suggestions.
Yeah, so I do have them in pink, free man hat. But Carolyn, I'll tell you something. If during tonight's session, if 3 people tell me they want a free woman hat, I will have them added to my store. I'll make you that promise. Pete Squadgy says man date or man woman date. I'm not 100% sure what he means. Did I miss something?
We were talking about man and woman, so.
Lucy Bourne says, hey, you all, am I the only one from Canada? I was just wondering. Oh, what a great point Lucy brought up. So we were talking about doing state pages. I don't know. I mean, I know that there are people on FreeSteading from around the world. I know because I see them when they sign up. We need to consider this. Maybe we can do an Australian or a Canada I know Canada is a huge place. And what good would a Canada, but it would be a step. Maybe I'll have a conversation about that, Lucy. But that's a super good point. Hey, good morning, Sandy. Burley says, hi, I'm enjoying the new site. I would like to meet others close to me. Yeah, so I was saying this early, Burley, but if you go into the search, just go to the activity feed and just there's a box in the right-hand corner that says, just a box, a search box. If you type in your state, anybody that has given the information of the state, because it's not required, but if they've given the information of what state they live in, it will come up.
Under search member, where it says search member, you type in
right
the
there.
state.
Yep, right there. Crazy Days says, Carolyn, I got a free man cap in pink. Yes, she did. Yep, I've got them, but they just say free man. I'm not opposed to making free women, free humans. In fact, I'll build free chicken t-shirts. I will.
Free chickens.
Right.
I'll take a free chicken.
Yeah, right. Right.
How many you got?
Carolyn Smith says, I think we should have a group for each state. I agree if someone wants to start one. I totally agree. We will create the infrastructure where there can be a state group. But I'm going to tell you guys, I do not have time to go in and run them, and nor will I. If someone wants to, who's in, Minnesota, wants to pick up the Minnesota group and start chatting and inviting and all that, I'm all for it. So I'll give you guys the infrastructure to do it.
That's a good idea.
But yeah, I just can't police it. Deb says maybe just have state pages so then you can participate and get correspondence for what you sign up for. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yep, totally agree. Lucy Bourne says, I would love to meet some of you guys. I haven't been to the United States since 1977. It's been a long time.
Long time.
Well, to tell you how long that's been, since 1977.
Watch it.
Yeah, this one was being born. Yep. MJ in Wisconsin says, I totally agree about just giving states for locations. Yeah, I don't really want to get into, somebody else's OPSEC. I just don't think that's a good idea. Jane L. Caldwell says, hey, all late to the show. Hey, did everybody know that JNN was late? JNN's late.
Who do you know?
If I didn't tell you, JNN is late.
Welcome.
Yep, welcome.
To the Wallipini.
Yeah, Deb wants to know, in your Wallipini, are you using geothermal? Yes, I am.
Yes.
I'm actually going to build a hybrid geothermal system that does all kinds of things. I'm actually even going to make it where B can turn on a water faucet in her Wallipini that will suck water from the pond that's next door to it. So she has a water source year round, because we'll get it down deep enough in there that even the freeze won't freeze. So this is kind of be a little bit of a hybrid. I'm very excited about that.
You and me both.
The profile. Oh, shoot. I just bumped it. Sorry. The profile. This was an important one right there. COC, my mom says the profile asks for work experience and asks where you work. No, not what's saying. When you're creating the profile, none of that's mandatory. You give up that information if you want. This is the reason we're asking it. Okay. This is super important. When we ask you for your work experience, or we ask you for where you worked, you guys don't be specific. But what we're trying to figure out is what resources are available inside the community. Like, for example, let's say that somebody here.
Oh, the tractor.
Okay. Let's say that somebody makes soap.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that I can help this person market their soap right here at FreeSteading. I'm going to try to build them their own, little marketplace where they can do that. If somebody makes, I got contacted by a subscriber the other day who's making some barbecue sauce they want to try to market. I'm all about this. I think this is how this goes, is we create this FreeStead economy that allows us to do business with each other.
Or what about, like, if they put that they're a plumber, can't we find
that's right
a plumber
100%. 100%.
Hook up the
That's right. If there's in your state page, if we find someone who's local that's an electrician or a plumber or whatever, one of the ways, guys, and I am convinced that we fix a lot of these problems is kind of going gold, taking our productivity out of the system. If you look at the way a dollar travels, right? So I get paid $1, they tax me instantly, 30% income tax. And then I go down to the grocery store and pay more tax. And I go to the gas station and pay more tax. And at the end of the year, I pay property tax. And then I got to file my taxes, which I pay more tax. And then I pay more tax. By the time I'm said and done, the government got 60%. So then the 40% that's left over goes to the plumber. And then the plumber goes and they get the first 30%. And then they go to the grocery store and the gas station and pay the property tax. By the time you get through 3 transactions, all the money's gone. Yeah. Right? The government's managed to get all of it back. And so I think doing business locally with like-minded people would extend that process. It doesn't end it, but I think it extends it. Coralie says, great idea, Deborah Sue. Yeah, Deb's full of great ideas. A very, very good friend of mine and great people. Crazy Des says, thank you. I like that we can type in the state and members show up that are in that state. Yeah, like that's already exists today. It's just kind of, in my opinion, a little bit clunky. It's not like a dedicated page to start groups and start discussions, but we're going to get there. Carolyn Smith says, okay, understand. Yep. J&L says, it's nice that the FreeSteading site is safe. I agree with B. We're all mankind. Yeah. That's kind of why it stayed that. And like I said, we had debate about that. It's just kind of where we ended. But again, if there's a want for it, if you guys tell me what you want it to say, again, free woman, free human, free whatever, I'll absolutely get them in the store. So that if people want them, they can absolutely have them. This kind of brings up another good point. I'm kind of going off here, but I think people are purposely trying to divide us. This is not, life's not a Republican Democrat thing it's none of these things. We are all human beings and we can all find common ground if we stop letting them split us all up all the time. Can you share a link to your store? Yeah, Coraline, if you go to any of my YouTube pages or any of my YouTube videos, right in the description, there's a merch store that sells this kind of stuff. I want to tell everybody though, because I'm big on this. This hat is not available in there because this hat I had made locally with a lady that I really like, who's like-minded right here in my neighborhood. And she doesn't have a website and she doesn't have a Facebook page. And it's just, she's not set up to do it. If somebody wants this exact hat or the exact t-shirts that we wore that we bought from her, I will give you an email address if you email me, and you're welcome to email her. But there are t-shirts and hats and all of that stuff available in the store. Homestead Aquarius says, one cool hat for man, one great hat for mankind. That's a t-shirt. That is a t-shirt. Jasper Mom says, woman came from man. Yep. I think free woman would be taken as single. Wearer should be prepared. Ooh, that's a really good point. Oh. Prepared that it wouldn't be taken in context very well. Great point. I didn't even think about that.
I didn't either.
Yeah, Bare Bottom Homestead says, Miss B, wife would like to know how is the processing kitchen coming along? Maybe get an update video.
I got gas.
I know.
Today.
So, yeah. So the gas got hooked up today. So her stove is live. There's 2 little pieces of chair rail that need to go up. Mm-hmm. I'm having a problem with one of my fans. And if somebody has a tip for this, let me know. So they're the exact same fan, set on the exact same ceiling fan with wireless remotes. When I turn the switch on, okay, and I use the remotes, I can get both fans to come on, but I can only get one light to come on. And I'm trying to troubleshoot it. So really, those are really the only 2 things I'm left before it's done. So we will get that done and we'll get an updated video. And actually, we're going to be doing a bunch of processing in it here pretty quick. Oh, I got to get the water in.
Oh.
Don't forget that. You kind of need water. Yeah, I got to get the water in. But that'll be easy. I've got the tanks already there. Everything's already there. The pump's there. The pressure tanks, I have them all. I just got to hook them up. Charles Scarborough said free chickens.
Free the chickens.
Yeah, I will. If somebody wants a free the chicken shirt, I would wear a free the chicken shirt. My chicken's free range. What do your chickens do?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have chickens.
You don't have any chickens? Okay, got it. Okay, that's funny. Free chickens, agreed. Homestead Aquarius says, Camp Joy Farms, it does sound like it may be a billboard for the wrong reasons, doesn't it? But if a lady was looking for extra traffic from the like-minded folks, it would be good. Yeah, like I said, I will absolutely make it available. I've had one person say that they'd be interested. If I get 3 before this is over, I'll put them on the store. And guys, the reason why I say free is it would take me, 30 minutes to log in and go through and figure out the text and get it all dumped in there. So, Gina Calsa, JNN says, dang tag, call me out. Heck yeah. What are friends for? Jess Mom says, I think I might even have something on geothermal and possibly hybrids. I would take a look at anything. Guys, and I've said this a lot of times, people tell me, tag, man, you're this off-gridder and, you're this master solar guy. And it ain't even close to true. Not even close. I wing it a lot. What are you laughing for?
I was just imagining the water coming out of the wall.
Tell them the story. Go ahead, tell them.
We had all of the drywall on the entire first pod before we had the water brought in, the well water. And when we got the well water hooked up, the wall started to sweat a lot because he had put a screw through one of the
No.
PEX lines, right?
No, I didn't crimp
It
one
was-
of them.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't crimp it. I had stuck it together and I
That's
didn't get it
right.
crimped. And then,
It,
you were close.
that's right.
Amen. Go Galt. Make the gulch bigger. Amen. Actually, that's just said really well. For anyone who knows that story, we need to make the gulch bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And that should, Homestead Christ, that should be a t-shirt. I think I'm going to write that down. I like that a lot. I'm going to
Make the gulch
make
bigger.
the gulch bigger.
Is that trademarked?
I will find out. Yeah, I won't do anything that's trademarked, but Deb says maybe it could say FreeSteader. Yeah, so if you guys go to my store, there are FreeSteading t-shirts and hats already there.
And we have an order in for
Yeah.
our lady who's
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, and we're doing some
FreeSteading-
locally here too.
FreeSteading shirts.
Yep. Yep. And so you can already buy them. They're already over there. Kenneth Wells said, I'm a software engineer and in the site as Ken L. Wells. Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
If the developers want more help, let me know. Oh, super thankful. Super thankful. Kenneth, I'm going to pass you on. I'm going to pass on your information in there
Mhm.
to the guy who comes in as admin, because that's what he does. And we'll get you guys hooked up, and I would absolutely take the help. Yep, that was a good idea, Deb. Camp Dre Farms, totally agree. Uncle Bodie's Homestead just joined. Hey, happy to have you there, Bodie. And listen, you've got good content.
Mhm.
I don't think Bodie would mind me telling the story because, I mean, it's on YouTube, right, on some of his videos. But he kind of did a lot what I did, got kind of fed up with the rat race and said, I'm taking control of my own life. And so I'll just leave it at that. But, another good channel. Spag says, amen, tag. We set the culture without becoming the very thing we despise in Bookface, Instaban, Twinterpated, and TikTok. Yeah, I like how you say that. I want to really fight the urge. Oh, we can't do this. We can't do this. We can't do this because it's going to get things taken down. If we can just police ourselves, I won't have to do it. Because by the end of the day, guys, the people who own the servers, at the end of the day, the powers that be can come in and say, hey, you guys are all bigots and racists and whatever. And then it's trouble if we don't police ourselves. Hello from Wisconsin. Hold my beer. Hello. Yeah, Grumpy said, yeah, no more tomato explosions in my kitchen. Now it is at B's kitchen. Yes. Yes. And Yoda, thank you for making the baby food salsa. I'm looking forward to trying it.
With them homemade chips.
Yeah. Eagle Lover says, I like the idea of the hat that says FreeSteader. Okay, that's 2.
That's FreeSteading, not.
That's FreeSteader.
What
Yep.
was the 2? Are you talking about Free Woman? Right?
Yeah, the Free Woman. I'm counting the votes, and if I get 3 of any of them, I will put them in the store.
Okay.
Homesteading is 100% jack of all trades, master none. Boy, isn't that true?
Yeah.
I don't really view myself as really an expert in any of this. I mean, there's a, if you'd have told me that I was going to build my own house and do it all myself, and I'm kind of handy guy, but there's a lot of stuff I had to learn for the first time.
That was not our intention.
Yeah. We filmed a video today with Nancy from the Buffalo Seed Company. It's only available on FreeSteading. If you're interested, you guys can go watch it, talking about harvesting seeds. And man, this lady's smart. She's got master's degree in this stuff, and she taught us stuff we didn't even know. We've been doing it we've been gardening how many years? 12, 13, 14 years, whatever.
Yeah.
A while, right? Amber Martin says, I want a Free Woman shirt.
Hi.
Hello, Amber Martin. Yep. Yeah. Tell you guys a little story. Amber Martin, that's another local homestead that's around here. Man, these are just great people, great kids. It's so nice to me. They have a little boy, and I'm not going to mention his name on here, but they have a little boy, and he always comes up and grabs me by the hand and wants to sit down and he looks me right in the eyeballs and wants to have these in-depth conversations, and it's just absolutely priceless. And Amber, I know you know who I'm talking about. Just awesome. Hello, Sandy. Thanks for creating such a great product with the FreeSteading community. The canning couple. Yeah, guys. I think this is such a big issue. And a lot of people said they wanted to do it. We did it, but the truth is we did it with a whole bunch of people. I don't even know if you guys know this, but the whole testing of the site was done by you guys. We put out a leak that you could go play with it and to come tell us what you think. But man, we're testing how it works and how fast everything responds and all of it. And you guys are doing it. I mean, I just can't tell you guys how thankful
Thank you.
we are for that. It gave us such important data that we could then use to make the site better. Yep. American Root says FreeSteading where free speech is free. Yep. Amen.
Where free speech is free.
Yep.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah. Good evening, Tag and B. Hello, Heavenly, Half Acre, FreeSteader. Okay, we got 3 FreeSteaders. Okay, I'll put them up in the shop. American Roots says, I want a hat. American Roots, what color hat you want? And just, yeah, my email address. Send me the details. Mrs. Hacks, FreeSteader hat. Yep, that's 4. Okay. Guys, I will get them up in the store within the next day or 2. Okay, I just got to design them and put them up in there, but it'll be the same, probably the same block type letters, right?
I don't know. You're going to do it like that, or
I'll do a couple different designs.
And then Steader.
Yeah.
Steading.
Yeah, because FreeSteader. Oh, yeah. Amber Martin says she wants a FreeSteader one too. Yep. One more for FreeSteader. Oh, my God. Yeah, we win FreeSteader hat. Yeah, I think there's enough of those. Yep, guys, I'll get them up. I will absolutely get them up. Feel free to comment. Should it be like this one where it says free and then just Steader? Just something simple like that. I like simple. Less is more a lot. Jasper Mom says, Tag, I may know someone who might be able to get the site out of the Google and AWS free. Okay. Email me. Anybody wants to email me, it's tag and the letter N B at lifedonefree.com. Tag says, perhaps the goal could be to eventually purchase a server and set up online, then in complete control. Guys, that is absolutely the goal. It's been a goal. It's been a goal the whole time. Here's the problem with it. Many people have tried to start their own social media platform, and they went out and tried to find seed money.
Mm-hmm.
The community, and when I mean the community, guys, every single person involved in the development of this site is a homesteader, off-gridder, living self-sufficiently. Every single one of them, we funded the whole thing. We took no seed money. So I'm hoping that as FreeSteading goes and it starts gaining momentum, that it can maybe sustain itself before we go spend $250,000 or $500,000 doing that. But Arthur, 100%, the goal is to buy our own servers and be standing on our own. American Roots Farm, Amelia.
Amen.
Oh, amen. Yeah. See, look.
She says, she doesn't want people to read it.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Cursive.
Got it.
So that anybody under 30 cannot read it.
Okay. American Roots Farm says black. Okay. Got it. Did you get that?
Black
hat. Yep. Yes. Thanks. Thank you. Maybe multiple designs for options. Deb, you are a pretty creative person. Would you like to help me figure this out? Everybody, let's have a vote. How many people thinks Deb should help Tag figure out the FreeSteader hat? Say aye. Aye. Okay, we've got 2 votes. I'd like to see everybody else. Karen Smith said, I was just kidding. A free woman hat might be taken the wrong way. A FreeSteader hat sounds good. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of support for that. I like block style, clean looking. Yep, I agree. Mm-hmm. FreeSteader, free woman. FreeSteader. Yeah, look at that. I like the apostrophe in there.
FreeSteader.
Yep. All in one, cursive. I don't mind cursive. We'll get some different ones out there.
That's what I said, that nobody under 30 will be able to read it.
Yeah, right. And maybe that's a good thing. Email you a bunch of files anyway, so I'll look that up. Thank you. Carolyn, FreeSteading hat sounds better. Got it. I'm not opposed to paying a membership fee for such a great platform. Yeah, I want to be careful with that, though, guys. I really want FreeSteading to be free forever as far as the activity feed and people talking. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to search everywhere to find the best experts we can find. And I already have some. There's some people, Deb is a great example of this exact thing. The Deep South Home and Crazy Days. There's some great people who know a lot that I think what we can do is I think we can build some VIP stuff that if someone wants to contribute to the site, they can do that and we can continue to build. But I think leaving it as free for, always, as far as just getting into it and interacting and building community. Because if without that, I'm missing my goal. My goal is to spread freedom, build community. My goal is to take this to that level. I can't, if I charge for it, I just don't think it'll work. But I do appreciate that, Sandy. I mean, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, because this whole process has been super expensive. And I think there's been times that B looked at me like, what are you doing? Yeah, Grumpy Acre says, Mrs. Hacks, that would read small to get it in the air. They're talking about cursive writing. We'll play with it. And look at all of those votes.
Aye.
Look at all those votes for Deb.
It's unanimous.
Yeah, Hannah, well, she is the, yeah, I know this, right? I know Hannah's the pro at this. So what we're looking for, Deb, based upon everyone's comments tonight, and thank you for being voluntold. I really appreciate it. Is several different designs for FreeSteader, different hats, girls and guys, right? So like these hats that I'm wearing, this is a guy's hat. You know, the depth, like the pink ones we bought are a lot shorter depth. They're meant to fit a female's head. Look at all those eyes. Look at all those eyes. Deb, did you realize how popular you were? Look at all this. You got all these votes. I think it's Deb for mayor. Remember that comment from earlier? Jonathan says, something I've been thinking about as someone working in IT, managing self-service platforms, was about how the site will handle content lifespan, especially media content that eats up server space. Yeah, I don't have any idea. I think this is an important issue. And Jonathan, I know that you've had conversations with him on the site. This is something you guys should talk about, because I know he's monitoring the usage. But I can't, Jonathan, I can't answer this question. Man, look at all those eyes. I guess I should just put it all in an email. Too much to fit into the comments. Yeah, but I like the comments.
Guys, I'm right here.
Yeah.
I haven't even left the room yet.
Deb for mayor. That should be a shirt too. Uncle Bodie says, I must agree with B's view on it. We are all one and we must love each other. I vote free man. Yeah, I think he brings up a really, really good point here. You know, this whole movement's supposed to be about coming together and that no matter our differences, right, that at the end of the day, we're all mankind.
We are.
You know, whatever your preferences are, whatever your lifestyle is, whatever it is, as long as you're not removing the constitutional rights of somebody else, you will have my support. Yeah, Grumpy Acres. Yeah, Grumpy Acres says, Deb, you should be happy you are loved. Who wants Hannah May to do it? No, I want Deb to do it. I don't care who Deb delegates it to, right? But the accountability of it, and when we all come back on here for the next one and we review the designs created, I think Deb being accountable is just a super wise thing. Okay, so Carolyn Smith says, can a homesteading company, farm, or whatever advertise to help this platform? Yes. Yes, you guys feel free to share this platform with anybody you want. If what you're talking about is direct advertising, like on the site, guys, we're going to build an amazing counter economy. You know, it's a huge part of what we want to put in this. We're not quite there yet. Again, we're still trying to, get all of the pieces work together. And Heavenly Half Acre says donations would fly in tag and the community would stand by you. Yeah, I know this, guys. And you know what? And I feel the love. I just want to make sure we never cross that ground. I don't want it to become commercial like this. You know what I mean? Like, I really want it to be, a place where we can, just hang tough together and do business together. I fully intend to put a marketplace up and to monetize it so that we can continue to be free. But my goal is not that, nor will that ever be that. Deb says, stop. Guys, I've known Deb quite a while. We've had lots of conversations and she knows all my games. Jane L says, free man, I'm proud to be a help mate to my husband. We are a team. He appreciates me and I am thankful for him. We are mankind. We are mankind. And I think that's a super important point.
Yeah.
You got anything you want to say that?
I was thinking human too.
Mm-hmm.
Because how do you fight that?
Right.
I'm not.
Right. Yeah. It's actually a good point. Somebody say that they don't identify as a human. Sandy Phillips, amen, mankind. Yeah. Amber Martin says, so many gender issues right now. I don't want anyone to misunderstand my hat. Yeah. Maybe we should put free
woman.
human.
Free human.
Yeah.
Free.
Yeah.
Free woman.
Yeah. Well, I think I still have 2 votes for free woman. So again, if I get another one, I'll put them up in there. Okay, where are we at here? Deb says you two are such brats. Now, you know, no. She's clearly talking about Yoda and G-Dog. She's talking about Yoda and G-Dog. Yep, she's on Yoda because she makes baby food salsa. I mean,
funny.
who feeds their baby salsa? Baby food salsa.
It was for you.
No.
That was your salsa. She made it for you.
Apparently she's preparing for the day I lose my teeth.
She thought thick and chunky were the same thing.
Coraline says, we sure do appreciate this discussion. Really great ideas to create a larger outer circle for the community. I couldn't agree more. And I think if we could build this, you guys have seen my videos about, community and how you start with, we call it the crew, the mag, and the mind. So the mind is this outer circle of like-minded people that then grows to a mag. This website can serve as the platform that builds the mag. From the mag, people are meeting, they're doing things, they're camping, they're doing those things, and hopefully they can then grow into that inner circle. But I think we can facilitate the growth between the mind and the mag, right?
Yeah.
We can help kind of bring that together. Mo wants to know, don't you identify as a bee?
No. I am human.
You are human. It's funny when you say that.
I am human.
Yeah. You do have bees on your shirt.
I do, because this is pollination.
Yep. They can't see it. You got to stand up. Pollination. Yep.
Why is it backwards? Do they see it backwards?
It's in the camera. Did you notice mine's backwards too?
No, I wasn't looking.
We've been sitting here with our hats the whole time and you haven't noticed?
Nope.
Okay. Did you know that you are actually, like, we're sitting right here together. You're on my left, but actually in the camera, you're on my right.
Oh, weird.
Oh, yeah, I love you, baby. You're fun. Mrs. Hack says, "Keep it up, Tag. She just might make you need baby food." Pow, right in the kisser. Lucy Bourne says, "Free mankind." Yeah. I actually like that. Where it would say free mankind. Because it's talking about
free them all.
Free them. I like that.
Free us.
I wanted to make sure at your age you could eat it, says Yoda.
Oh, that was nice of her.
You are the one that didn't want it hot and it had to be medium. Yeah, I'm not a big spicy food fan. I want to taste my food and I don't want it to burn my lips off. So yes, I asked for mild, chunky, thick salsa.
Oh, she made it medium.
And so she made it medium, thick, pureed salsa. So we were close. I mean, we got 1 out of the 3. Bare Bottom Home said, nice short. Deborah Sue says, I love that shirt. American Root says, no, it's right side forward. J&L says, love the shirt, B. Love it, B. Cool. I'm Who-Man, Jasper Mom says. Just ask my Jasper and he'll tell you. And we're looking at your backs. Yes. So we're actually filming behind us. Right. Yes. And it's that prism effect from like the northern mirror. Lights.
You have to like touch it to see if it's real.
Yeah. Amber says you can do a free woman hat just like the free man, but make it look like woo has been added on. Like with crayons. Oh, yeah. So it's like man and like the woo is on the side. I actually kind of like that.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Are you a whoa man?
Woke.
Deb says, I like the free mankind. Yeah. Did you add that to your list, Deb? Good looking out. Love free mankind, says JNL. Free mankind, says Coraline. Free mankind. Free mankind. Andrew Adams says free living. For a hat or visor like hers. I like that. I like free living. Spag says, I want to feel a good burn. Unfiltered, please. Yep. I don't.
As
I don't.
goes down your
I just
throat.
don't like the spicy stuff. But in fairness, guys, for those who know me, my personal life, I'm not a drinker. I drink chocolate milk. Right? We go to these campouts, and 90% of the people are sitting around a campfire having a beer, and I'm drinking chocolate milk like an 8-year-old. MJ, another free mankind. MJ in Wisconsin says, T-shirt beside every free man, there's a free woman living free. I like that, and that's the truth too. Coraline says, Homestead Hearts recipe. I don't know what that is, but Jonathan says, I expect the next live stream to take place inside a hall of mirrors just for more confusion. I think this would be great.
Well, I didn't hear it.
What Jonathan's saying is that because actually what they see is the opposite, that if we set up the right mirrors, you would actually be on the right side.
Oh.
Would you like that?
Instead of the right
so
side?
So that you weren't confused?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
You like not being confused?
Yeah. Maybe we could, I don't know, put bells or something on it.
Oh, Grumpy Acre says it was not pureed. No, but it was baby food. Deborah says, cool idea. Sandy Phillips, I made salsa with Carolina Reaper peppers. Oh,
ooh,
I am the only one that eats it. Sandy, you're a bigger dog than I am, man. I would just cry like a baby. Kentucky Prepper says, good salsa should be spicy. So nice it burns twice.
Ooh.
That's actually a good t-shirt too.
Aye.
Yep. Coraline says, I said I would send you some mango salsa I made. It's homemade hearts recipe. Oh, I'll take it. Yeah. Yep, great.
Oh, you must have missed it up there.
Yeah, I must have missed it somewhere. And guys, if I've missed a comment, I mean, I really try hard to read every single one. I've been on a lot of shows where we sit and talk and we're in a live and we're not talking to the very people who put us here. And so I try hard to get to them. But if I miss something, just say it again. The chances of we missing it twice are probably not good. Yeah. Coraline, you know how to get a hold of me. You and I have talked away from all of this. Just get a hold of me. But yeah, I would love to try it. Uncle Bodie said, I drink chocolate milk with you anytime. Good looking out. Okay, what's it say? Are you really on Freeland or are you CGI? What's CGI?
I have no idea.
What's CGI? Eagle Lover, what am I missing? Been a long night. I don't know what CGI is. I bet that's funny, though. I don't know what he's talking about, though. Caroline Smith, actually, we don't see the opposite. You just see it in your visual device. Right. So they're not seeing opposite. It's all done inside the computer. That's why you're on my right. She don't find me anywhere near as funny. When I first met B many, many years ago, she would fall for everything. Yoda's like that. Yoda from Grumpy Acres is one of my favorite person to pick on because she still falls for most, but she's getting better. Jasmine, ghost peppers are hot as I go. Yeah, I'm not into the hot stuff. You're doing great. I just separated and wanted to make sure I credited her. Yes, good job. And always do that. Tag, you and B are great to listen to. You know what? I'm very, very lucky that I have married my very, very best friend in the whole world. And she can take it. And no matter what I joke about, and I'm not easy to live with, right?
Sometimes.
But sometimes not.
Sometimes.
Right? I'm driven and I'm demanding and I'm all of these things, but she's a trooper and, I couldn't do it without her. And so, Donald, thank you. Oh, Spag says computer generated image. Okay, so now let's go back. So Eagle Lover says, are you really on Freeland or are you a computer generated image? Ooh. So are you really an alien? Because you're weird.
I'm weird.
You are weird.
I can do hot and cold.
Thank you, Spags and Sandy. Now, see, guys, this is a proof that if you want a technical question answered about FreeSteaders, I'm not your guy. Spags and Sandy both corrected me because I clearly didn't know. Jonathan says a coworker gave me a handful of banana peppers last week. I made a big pot of curry. You like curry?
I do.
Almost too hot for me to enjoy. So just right, basically. Man, I don't know how people do it with that hot stuff. I start eating.
You sweat.
I just start sweating, and I'm just a Sally. Thank you, Evil Lover. Yeah, a whole bunch of people squared me away above. Janie also told us, Corlene, that they love Homestead Heart. Yeah, me too. Hannah Mae said she would make them for us.
Aww.
That's great. Camp Joy says, devil's advocate here. To me, free man sounds like a statement. Free mankind sounds like a request. Don't hate me for this. That's just how it hit me. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I love opposing opinion, and I love dissent in a conversation. If we can all just be big boys and girls. I mean, I've got friends who are on this chat, on this conversation right now, who within the last week we had heated conversations about something. It's wonderful. I love it. Keep doing it. Don't stop. Camp Joy Farms, keep that stuff coming. I think it's great to get all of this different insight. So keep doing it. Eagle Lover said, I was just joking. Oh, and giving poses. I'm female. Oh, okay, got it. Okay, so I didn't know that, but thank you. Yeah, no, I didn't take any offense to it at all. Eagle Lovers. I'm just not a tech smart guy. It's all I can do to get these lives to run. But some of the guys in here, like Bobby Spags and some of the others who come in here and moderate for me, they're not really coming in at the request to moderate. What they're trying to do is actually have smart answers, which I'm incapable of doing. Holmes and Aquarius says Tabasco is like love. You get burned, but you still go back for more. Okay, so Tabasco I can deal with. When I was in the Army, I put it on every MRE just to kill the taste. And so I got kind of used to that. Spag says birds are not real. Donald says, same here, been married 50 years to the same lovely woman who gets me. Yeah, guys, I can't tell you how nice it is not to have to worry about any of that. I have an absolute partner and a fierce partner. And I'm, I just can't tell you how lucky I am. Lisa says, I'm late, but here. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Lisa's late. Did you know Lisa's late?
Yes, but she's here.
She's here. She's here. Sandy Phillips says FreeSteader's only dating site.
Oh, no.
Yeah, recently freed from a not so great marriage. I'm a free woman twice over. Well, Sandy, I can tell you, I know some single homesteading males.
Several.
Yes, I do.
Several.
Yes.
Great
yes.
guys.
Yes. Yep.
In all age ranges.
Yes. Yeah, you got to hone in your needs a little bit, and then B promises to play matchmaker.
I would love to find them love.
Yes, heck yeah. Carolyn Smith says, I can't do hot food either or alcohol. Yeah, I can do maybe, like I drink once in a while, but guys, in total, I'll drink a 6-pack a year.
Not even that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not, I just don't drink that much. Hack says, hello, Lisa. Yeah, Lisa's been around a long, long time. I mean, her and I've had lots of conversations, emails back and forth and then stuff here.
I start sweating for no reason.
Yeah, Jasper says, I start sweating for no reason too. The doctor calls it menopause. Yeah, mate. Well, we figured it out. I don't mind spicy food. I'm going through menopause. I'm obviously, yeah, joking. Homestead Aquarius says, hello, Sandy Phillips. J&L Farms at Camp Joy. Hello, good point. I have watched in a while. How is the kitchen build? Oh, we talked about this a little bit earlier. Kitchen's going good. We are pretty much all done with it. I've got 2 pieces of chair rail to put up, and I've got to fix a weird fan. I'm having some fan issues. Something's got to be in the light because I can get, when I use the remotes, I can get the fans to turn on, but the lights only work on one side. And they're brand new fans. I just need to take it back or figure out how to fix it. And we'll be doing some processing videos here shortly, probably with Yoda from Grumpy Acres and B, maybe Patty from Hacks from the Homestead. Maybe do some processing stuff in there, hopefully here pretty quick. Sandy says, at Spags, unfiltered birds are real. Ask the DA who cut me off in traffic earlier today. Yeah. Mo, that's a good point. Mo says that Mankind is a WWE wrestler.
Oh.
So there could be a trademark issue with that.
Oh.
Maybe. Uncle Bodie says, you two are the definition of 2 is 1. Rock on. Oh, heck yeah. I will spend the rest of my days with B. I'm 100% convinced of that. Yoda says, I guess Grumpy's done working. Gunfire sounds at the range. Scared me. Laugh out loud. I got no warning. Oh, it's good to keep you on your toes. Yeah, Eagle. Okay, what did Eagle ever said? Oh, pick me. It's hard for me to remember what went up above, so I don't know what we're picking for, but Eagle Lover's been super involved, and so I would say that's a super good pick for whatever it is we're picking for. Whose kitchen?
Oh, maybe she wants a date.
Oh, got it. Eagle Lover says, okay, go pick me. Eagle Lovers, I don't know anything about this, but I can tell you this, that if you send me an email, tagandb@lifedonefree.com, I will get you in contact with some people who, at the very least, could be great friends. These are people who homestead, who do this. I will absolutely pass it on. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Hack says, whose kitchen, Kentucky Prepper? Yeah, Hacks, Darren, we've been doing some videos on B's processing kitchen, and it's about done, and they were just asking for an update. B, tell Tag to check his email real quick. He gets first glimpse. Okay.
Is that one?
I can do that. Well, I got my email right here.
Oh, I just was trying to pull it up.
That's why I have two screens.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Lineup of events.
Yeah. Hey, Spags, you want me to talk about this? Give me a heads up first. I don't want to do something. Lisa says, thanks for the advice on shelves, hacks for the homestead. Yeah, guys, I'm going to tell you something. And I've said this many, many times that hacks for the homestead are the freest people I know. And the way they've figured out how to do it is just simply amazing to me. Darren is the like super MacGyver guy. And I've actually called him, several times when I couldn't get something figured out. So if you haven't been over to Hacks for the Homestead, make sure you do. A homestead man.
I need a woman.
Yeah. Mo says, I need a woman with a good tractor and gardening skills. Yeah. Yeah, Mo, I can give you so much advice, dude. You got to start, you got to like get your coolness on, and you got to, come in with something a little more clever than a good tractor and gardening skills. Jasper Mom says she's in Texas for now. Tracy said, my husband passed away in 2014. I'm sorry to hear that, Tracy. My kids try to get me to date. I just can't bring myself to think about it yet. Oh man,
Yep.
I get it. You know what? But that's a long time. And I don't know whether I should say this or not. Tracy, I'm going to tell you something. If something happened to me tomorrow, I want Bethany to move on. I want her to find love, and I want her to be happy. And the reason I want that is because I love her. Just a fact. I don't know anything about your past. I don't know anything about, your spouse, your husband who passed away. But I'm going to tell you, I would want Bethany to move on. I guess I'll just leave it at that.
And you don't have, you can just start with some talks.
Yeah.
See what happens.
But guys, there's nothing wrong, I don't think. Back up. Happiness is not a destination. It's a decision.
Yeah.
I promise you this is true. B and I decide to have a great relationship. It's not, she said something to me very early on in our relationship that's always stuck with me. And she was asking me how I was going to manage the three people in our relationship. And you guys might think this is funny, but because I kind of was like, what? And she said, there's you, there's me, and there's us. And all of them need managed. We make a decision to manage them. So, again, Tracy, I don't know how to say that directly other than to tell you, I would want my beautiful bride and the love of my life to go find love and live the rest of her days as happy as she could live them, knowing that I support her and that I encourage that. Andrew Adams said, my wife and I are having to start over. We lost our part of the family farm. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Andrew. But you know what? The good news is sometimes a fresh start's what we all need. I don't know anything about your particular example, but I'm very, very sorry to hear that. Mrs. Hack says, Mo makes good wine. Yeah, Mo makes good lots of things. Yeah, Mo is a very, very smart guy. And if I need to invent something, like I'm trying to figure out something that's never been, he would typically be my first call. Homestead of Christ says, bless you and your family, Tracy. Amen. MJ in Wisconsin says, Tracy, I'm just about 2 years from a loss of my husband. I know he would not be alone. I agree. Just talks would be nice. Yeah. I agree 100% MJ in Wisconsin, 100%.
Yeah.
I want B to go be happy no matter what's going on to the best of her ability and know that I'm looking from up there with support. you know. Jane L says, it would be hard to find anyone as good as my husband. I can understand how it would be hard to move on. I agree. That's why that advice is really hard to give, because there's timing and there's, you know, all of these things, and you spend all this time with somebody, and, you know, you learn to tolerate their BS. And I think you said that too, you know, that the art to a great relationship is finding someone you can tolerate the worst of them. Mm-hmm. Right. Or something like that. Is that how you said that?
Yeah.
Okay. Eagle Ever says, bingo, smart. E. That's an E. Darlene, I'm disabled, and so is my tractor. To the guy looking, but I think you are very, very funny. Does that count for anything? Mo, Darlene thinks you're funny. She wants to know if it counts for anything.
She has a tractor.
And she has a tractor. Yep. Grumpy Acre says, Andrew Adams, you got this. Grumpy and I are making it, starting all over. You got this. Yeah. And I'll try to tell this story in a way that doesn't cause any problems. But so Grumpy and Yoda had a homestead that was fairly established, and G kind of got himself in a situation with some of this mandates and stuff that I think he woke up one day and said, I just can't be a slave to this anymore. There's got to be something else. And so they took all their resources they could muster. And again, I'm not going to get into details because I don't want to betray anything, but, you know, paid cash for a homestead started from the very beginning, not very long ago. And again, they were homesteading before, but started from the beginning in an effort to go live free and not have that stroke over them. So yeah, Andrew, you can absolutely do this. You know, they just did. Sandy says, friendship and companionship matter. Being alone is not how humans are meant to be. We are meant to have partners. You just choose where it goes based on how you feel.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. 100%. And guys, I think Sandy's 100% correct that we're meant to be with somebody. We're meant to have people around us. Friends. You know, we're social.
Yeah.
You know,
and so, you know, that the website will help to do some of that, you know, just get, you know, my dad passed in 2014 and my mom is alone, and she lives with my sister, but she doesn't want to leave the house. She doesn't want to leave her chair. You know, she getting her out to be with other people her age and come on over and play some cards. I'm trying to set up a card date with some friends. You know, just getting out and just talking. You're not committing to getting remarried or having a partner. You're just at this time looking for somebody to talk to.
When I would think even at the end, if all it ever ended up being was two people talking over email about the struggles that are going on their homesteads as they try to do it alone, that's a win probably all by itself.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Just that. You know, Mo, who's in this room today, and you guys know he's a very, very good friend of mine who I think very highly of, you know, and on both of our cases, I have called him frustrated because something didn't go my way and I had some big blowout, and then vice versa. You know, Mo's made some mistake and something broke or whatever it was. Yeah. And he's called me, and it's super nice, you know, to have that.
Yeah.
Hey, Deb, to your last comment, that was intentional. Jane L. Caldhill, met Joey at church, just an idea. Not all churchgoers are okay, but when they are genuine, you know it in your gut. 100% agree. MJ says, I say we start a widow's town. We could do a little corner like in Bartertown. We could make it like the crazy place. No,
let's not make it crazy. We just need to, you know, we're just friends trying to, you know, get along and live free and not have everything dictated to us.
Well, amen. Ain't that true? Oh. Jasper Mom says 2014 was a sad year for a lot of people. I lost my mom in 14. Yeah. Homestead Aquarius says, bless you and your family as well. MJ in Wisconsin. Amen. Sandy Phillips says, exactly, B. Lucy Bourne says, Andrew, you will do okay. I lost everything except the clothes on my back when we had to jump out of a window in the snow. I'm still going.
Not amazing.
Yeah, but Lucy's a special kind of human being. You know, I've been talking to Lucy off and on for the entire length of my channel, pretty much, And she's none of that surprises
She's
me.
a fighter.
I'm just surprised she didn't say she jumped out of the window barefoot, carrying both dogs, 6 children, and her husband.
She would have.
She would have, right? Corleen says, Alan and I are still going to find the land for a homestead, even though the details have changed. It will happen. We're committed. You know what's crazy about this? I think, and somebody said this in a previous video, they talked about, living free and getting out of debt and all that. And that a large part of it is just making the decision to do it.
Well, it's scary.
Oh, yeah. I'm still scared.
Are you?
Yeah.
I don't look at the electrical panel nearly as much as I used to.
Oh, you're talking about the little thing on the wall?
The smart panel.
Yeah, because babe, our system handles a lot. Okay, where am I at here? Okay, Corleen says, Alan and I are, oh, yep, I did that one. Sandy Phillips says, I lost both my parents in 2014, 12 weeks apart. Oh, that'd have been hard. Gosh. I lost my dad this year. He was a Vietnam veteran and had a kidney transplant. Had just gotten vaccinated in December, went to the hospital sick in late December and died in February. And it was totally tragic. Tracy says, thanks, family. My kids are grown and I live 120 miles away. They think I'm lonely all by myself. We were married in 1987. Yeah, Tracy, I'm sorry for your loss. I am, but I promise you, love is this funny thing that I don't want my wife to cry a single tear. I mean it, and I know she would, but I promise you that is true. Tennessee Farm Gal, count me in. Thank you. Pat Wiley says, are you calling me crazy? Yes, Pat.
No. Why Pat crazy?
Pat's crazy because she's Pat. You know Pat.
Yeah. She's not crazy. What are you talking about? She's a good girl.
Yeah. MJ in Wisconsin. Amen. B. Deborah Sue. I figured, of course. JNL says prayers for you, Corleen. Thank you. Yep. Grumpy Acre says let's do kind of a speed dating round at the festival. Ask questions and decide if you want to talk further and see if you can be friends. I see it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Mo. Lord.
Turn off the air.
I'm cold.
Mo says Mo runs Widowtown. Yeah, Mo, you were
instead of Bartertown.
Yeah, there's a joke at the Midwest Preparedness Festival that talks about Mo runs Bartertown, and Mo has always run Bartertown. It's just been the thing. We've talked about building T-shirts and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So Mo, you're a dork.
He's over there laughing.
Oh, he's laughing.
Giving himself pats on the back.
Carolyn says, my husband's in a nursing home, and I can tell you that it's not easy being alone, especially after you've been together so long. Amen. COVID made me crazy not being able to see him. Oh, I bet. I bet when my dad passed, when he was in the ICU unit, we fought because they said the same thing. No visitors, no visitors, no visitors. But I had found that on the website of them, they said that in
the hospital website,
life and death cases that they would allow visitors. So I turned my butt around, went right back in there and quoted their website, and they allowed me to see him. But by the time I had gotten in to see him, they had already intubated him. And so he never got to see me. And it was, it's still something that I, just really have issues with. Grumpy Acre says, Mo, are you trading jobs? LOL. It would give you an in. Yeah. Tracy says, I'm okay. I can fix what I break most times and have all the gardens I want. That's a great place to be. Yeah, Lisa's still laughing at Mo. I would be too. Lucy says, Mr. Tag, I did jump out of the window barefooted, but lost my 3 little dogs in the fire. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Jonathan says, that was an awkward pause. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to go right along off that one. Corleen says, thank you, JNN. Heavenly Half Acre says, hey, yeah, speed dating, laugh out loud. Sandy Phillips, T-shirt for the festival of Motown. Yeah. Deb says, Mo, look at all the admirers. Yeah, Mo's a popular
He's
guy.
gonna have
tonight.
to bring the bigger tent this time.
Yeah, he's bring a bigger tent. And guys, I'm gonna tell you, I've known Mo a long, long time. He is a fabulous human being.
We love him.
Yeah, we love him. I could tell you all of, because we're all flawed human beings. I'm flawed, B's flawed, Mo's flawed. We're all flawed, but he's just a good dude. Tennessee Fam Gal said, where and when is the festival? Okay, so I'll tell you about what's coming up here. Yeah, Spags just answered in the next one. That's good. Yeah, so it's coming up here, Lake Perry, middle, kind of northeast Kansas. We've been doing it. Like, this is number, Spags, correct me, is this 19 or 20? I think it's 19th. I think this is the 19th one, but it could be the 20th one, but it's right in there. Jane L said, sorry for your lost tag. Hearing ability is the last to go. If you spoke to him, please trust that he heard you. I did. I leaned over him and, I said, I knew that it was over. And I, spent my time and said my goodbyes and left. And, but it was just hard. This was a guy who, won 3 Purple Hearts in Vietnam. And, he got out and he never beat us and he didn't do drugs and he went on to make himself a huge success in life. And he kept it all inside. He never shared it. He never shared those demons. And for him to go from that tough old man, it's still profound to me. I'm still not totally there. I think about him every single day.
You don't ever get over it.
Yeah. It's just,
you just get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Deborah says he is a dork. Yes, he is a dork.
Mo? Who's a dork?
Deb says he's a dork. Now I know that she's talking about Mo.
Okay.
Well, either Mo or Yoda. Well, but she said he. So yeah, maybe it's one of those two because clearly it's not me.
Oh, because Bobby says he's a great dude and she says he's a dork.
Right. Jonathan says, so what is your Saturday to-do list? Oh my goodness. So I've got a scientist buddy of mine and actually one of the smartest people I know, double PhD actually. That is from Bulgaria, and he's going to come out with his kids, and they want to go fishing on a pond. He's not like-minded this way at all, but he's a good buddy. So I'm going to go and make sure they got a good area that's mowed up, get them a little fire pit, get some wood dropped off. So I've got to go do that in the morning. I've got to get back into pod 4. I've got all that drywall going in, all of those kind of things. So I'll probably spend the rest of my day probably in there. I'd like to get some work done on my truck if I could. That's where I'm going to be. What are you going to do Saturday?
I thought we had something going on.
The guests coming.
I'm going to finish getting the Nancy tomatoes out. I have an obligation to fill.
Yes, you do.
So
yeah,
for those going to harvest.
So you're going to spend the day in the garden.
Yes. Well, yeah, the majority depends upon how hot it gets. I mean, if it's, I'll spend the morning in the garden.
Yeah. Yeah. For those who don't know who Nancy is, that's the Buffalo Seed Company. And I just posted a video to FreeSteaders with Nancy and B on talking about harvesting seeds. Now, this lady has got her master's degree and her area of study was wild tomato breeding and grafting. And so this girl's just a whole nother level of smart. Yeah. Gotta figure out where I left. Okay, this is the 19th one.
Okay.
Okay, so Lucy says, Mr. Tag, I lost my dad when I was 16 to cancer. My mom lived with my sisters. My husband was my boyfriend and helped me through everything. And then my mom passed 3 years later. My husband is my hero. I'm good. Lucy, congratulations to you. Having someone to go through those things with, is a big deal. Homestead Corey said, isn't there a meetup in Tennessee coming up? Yeah, actually on this exact same weekend in Camden, Tennessee at the Self-Reliance Expo. I'm actually speaking there on Saturday at 2:30 about freedom, but there's one going on at that too. Amber says it's okay if you're a dork.
You're a dork too.
I'm not a dork. I'm the most normal person there is.
I don't know about all that.
Carolyn Smith says, my husband is a Vietnam veteran too. He has Parkinson's disease from Agent Orange. Yep. He is in a VA nursing home. Yeah, my dad went through the whole VA thing, and I could tell you guys stories. I don't really want to get into it, but he had it too, and it absolutely took a toll on him. And it's so sad to me that these men and women who gave so much They just gave so much, and we just treat them like dirt. And we should be ashamed of ourselves. I'm not going to rant. Thank you, Arnon. Tag said Homestead course. I believe the one that Tag is going to, I think it's the same weekend. It's the SOE. Yes, I'm going to the Midwest Preparedness one, the one here in Kansas on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then I'm going to jet to Tennessee and speak and turn around and jet and come back home.
Oh, she says there's another one too.
Okay.
The Back to the Land.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We'll announce it when I get down there. I don't want to miss anybody. MJ says, Tag, your dad sounds like he was such a great guy. Don't forget he raised a great son. Thank you. Grumpy says, I identify as a wife. That's good.
Grumpy wife.
A grumpy wife and a baby food maker. Deb says, Mo is super sweet. I love Mo. Great man. He is a great man. He is absolutely a great man. Mrs. Hacks, wow. Throw Yoda under the dork bus. Yeah. Yeah. I will, every opportunity I will get, I will torture Yoda because it is just that much fun. Homestead, yes, SOE, thanks. Spag says no problem. The I am of me says, wait, you can graft a tomato plant. That's what I thought.
Yes.
I didn't know this. It was, guys, go watch the video and then go to the Buffalo Seed Company. Guys, this company builds, they grow special seeds. And I really mean this. You know, we this year planted some of their stuff and some of the normal stuff. Their stuff, we didn't have to water. It wasn't disease infested. It wasn't, insect infested. Like it fought back naturally. I was so impressed with how it went. I'm hooked and we're going to continue to go down this, but these people are trying to master the bio-regionally adapted seeds specifically for particular regions. And it worked great right where I was. Mrs. Hack says also the Back to the Land in Centerville, Tennessee on September 23rd and 25th. Yeah. If any of you guys are on the FreeSteading site, and I think all of you should go to the FreeSteading site, but if you're there is a events page. You guys can add events and, we can help all of us get with more like-minded people. Sandy Phillips says there's several homesteader preparedness festivals in early October. Yeah, guys, let's get them on the events page. Let's give people places to go where they don't feel like they're the only ones. Andrew says, we are starting over with friends. A sibling ran us off the land. I worked for over 20 years with mom and dad after the tornado, but we lived through it. Thanks for the soup. Andrew, hang in there, bud. I'm going to tell you, you can absolutely do this. And if you need to talk to somebody who just went through after losing all of it, reach out to Grumpy G at Grumpy Acres and Yoda. They would absolutely be a great person to talk to about how you just got to bite and go, pin that chin in your chest and drive, and that you're going to be okay. Deb says, it was for Mo. Yoda is perfect, just like B. Tag is also a dork. You are not talking about me, Deb. I'm the most normal, level-headed guy ever.
You say she's your great friend. She knows you well.
Yeah. Pat says, Yoda's love, we got her back. Bodie says, good night. Hey, good night, Bodie. It was great talking to you, man. Don't be a stranger, bud. Carolyn Smith says, there is also a Gulf Coast homestead meetup in Florida Panhandle on the 28th to 29th of October. Should be a lot of fun. They have lots of speakers and classes. Guys, this is Caroline. This is great. If you haven't yet, go register at FreeSteading and go put it on the events page, and let's try to push some people down there.
Oh, there's the website right there.
Oh, yeah. Spags. Thank you, Spags. Grumpy says, thank you, Deb. He's a big brother that just never misses a moment. Yeah. Yep. RNN, what's the difference between bioengineered and GMO? Yeah, that's a great question. And I think, RNN, I think that, getting with Nancy, I think she could answer the question better than I can. But the way that I understand it is for the last 11 years, what they've been doing is trying to push a crop, like let's say a tomato plant.
A particular kind,
trying to continue to grow it more hardy and more hardy, selecting the strong, getting rid of the weak, only taking from what's really working and keep growing that genetic strain. So they're not in a petri dish modifying anything. What they're doing is trying to grow a strong heirloom fruit. Yeah.
And then taking the best of that crop,
yes,
harvesting that,
yeah,
saving the seeds from that, and then planting that next year. And then that next year, take the strongest, most beautiful, biggest fruit, save it, just do the same thing year after year. You're constantly taking from your seed stash that you grew the year before of the most beautiful Romas, and then growing them yourself over and over and over again. And then, of course, sharing with others.
Yeah. And they're 11 years into this process. So like the seeds we grew, I was amazed. I mean, you guys know how hot it was this year. Our rows, we have 3 long rows of tomatoes that there's a couple hundred tomato plants up there. And we barely had to water them. They didn't get a bunch of disease. There weren't about like hornworms. I didn't see hardly any of them.
I picked 2 off yesterday.
There was some.
But before that, I had one tiny little one that I found. And then other than that, the chickens had, I think, taken care of them because
I was impressed. It's the buffaloseedcompany.com if anybody wants to go and read the story about how they do it. And they could probably tell the story a lot better than I could. Lucy says, Mr. Tag, my parents went through the Great Depression and my father fought in World War II. My mom used to tell me about the Great Depression. Yeah, I think about this actually quite a bit. Is that the difference of going through it again at this era, versus back then when people were so much tougher and, knew how to take care of themselves and, those kind of things, Carolyn says, I'm on FreeSteading and will. Did I skip somebody here?
Thank you.
Yep. No, RN in one and the same. I'm on FreeSteading and will. Yep. Saved by the blood of the crucifixion. Yep. Hey, y'all. Hey, how are you? Mrs. Hack, went to the calendar and it's kind of confusing having Saturday and Sunday together. Well, it's because it's just running days and we're working on that. So I apologize for the confusion today, but Bobby, will you make note of that? I know you're in here about trying to get that calendar more lined up. I noticed that today as well. Kind of back to the calendar, I think, and this is actually a Deb idea. I'll give her the credit for it, but really to build a calendar, kind of like, Vegas, the city that never sleeps, where we can go to this events calendar. There's always something going on, whether it's a live show, for Tag and B or whoever it is, Danny and Wanda, whatever's going on. And it would be ultimately our goal. I wish there was more events in or by Northeast Pennsylvania. There hasn't been much since COVID. Yeah, I mean, I think we can push it there, guys. I think there's a lot of stuff that goes on that just a lot of people just don't know, Mandy Garrett said, hi, Tag and B, just got on here. I'm sure I have missed a lot and we'll have to rewatch this. Thanks. Hey, Mandy, how are you? Hey, Mandy, are you going to the Midwest Preparedness Festival or are you going to one in Tennessee? I know you're going to one of them. I'll be at both, but I'm just curious. Arnen says, thank you for clarifying for me. Arnen, I hope we did an okay job. I'm telling you, go to the Buffalo, I'll link it in this description, thebuffaloseedcompany.com, and they have a whole story about how they got into it. Nancy came from Bolivia, got her first degree down there, then went to Ohio State University. Matthew, her husband, has a doctorate, and this is what they do. They grow seeds. This is what they do, and I've loved the program. They're always looking for people to grow seeds for them. And how it works is if you grow seeds for them, they'll get a certain portion of them. You get to keep the rest of the harvest. I think it's a great idea not to be dependent on a seed store.
Yeah.
And we're growing tough plants. I really like it.
Yeah. Well, and like the tomatoes, she comes and she picks up the tomatoes. So I don't have to do anything with them.
Yeah.
Right. The cilantro or the coriander, I had to go and pluck them all and bag them up. And the cowpeas, I had to go and pluck them up and bag them up.
Yeah.
But the tomatoes, the watermelon, you give them food and then they take them and they process them.
Yeah. Hey, good night, Mama. Ma. Yep. Hey, Spags just put a link to the Buffalo Seed Company here in the chat. Thank you, Spags. Grumpy says he is a great man. He is a great man. Sandy Phillips, I grew up Great Depression style in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, we barely had electricity and didn't have indoor plumbing. Yeah, I think you're better off for it, Sandy, today. The world we live in today and the way the world's going. I mean, though you may look back at that and see that was an absolute blessing. Mandy says, I got on FreeSteading and it's awesome. I like to know if you have a map location for members so we can connect that person in the same state. Yeah, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, Mandy, but we are in the middle of building all the state pages. So this will come to be But what you can do is if you just go to the activity stream, which is that, where all the activities going on the right-hand corner, there's a search bar. Type your state in. Anybody who included their state at registration, which is an option, anybody who does that, it'll come up and you'll know if there's somebody around you. Joanne says, my mom and dad went through the Depression in World War II, heard all of the stories and how they made it through. Yeah, I have actually watched a lot of documentaries on the Great Depression, trying to understand. And the problem is it won't be like that because we don't have the same, I hate to say this, but how do I say this? We don't have the same quality of human today. We don't have that toughness across the whole board. Not to say that we don't have tough people, because you're tough.
Right. Yeah.
But, across the board, we don't.
Just Sally's.
Yeah. Tag, y'all are going to be in Tennessee on that Saturday. We are going to try to be there. Yeah, we're going to be there. I speak at 2:30. I've been asked to have a talk about why I chose freedom, how I go about doing it, practical ways to continue to live free. And so I'm going to be speaking at that event at 2:30. I think it's 2:30 on that Saturday. Mm-hmm. Mandy says, this year we may have to go to one in Camden and Keith because we already took the swell class. So they have follow-up on September 30th and the festival on the 1st and 2nd. Yeah, well, I'll see you there. Like I said, I'm speaking on the 2nd. So Lucy Bourne says, Miss Sandy, I live now with no outdoor plumbing, mm-hmm. no indoor plumbing, and the old his and hers outhouse, laugh out loud. Yeah, you guys have heard me call Lucy the Terminator a million times. I mean, like I said, this girl, you want to talk about living it, and she's doing it. I've tried to tell her to build a YouTube channel, which she's done. She's just in the beginning of it. So Lucy, give us a link to your, or give me the name and a link to your YouTube channel here in the thing, and then I'll make sure I mention it when you do it. Sandy Phillips said, growing up then, it felt like a curse, but nowadays I know it was a blessing. I learned so much needed life skills. Amen. And just think of the things that you can share with the community, right? And the things that you can share that make people live a little bit freer. And Sandy, I encourage you to do it. And if I can help you do it in any way, you let me know. Gandy says, I will try that on the state search thing. Yep, you bet, Mandy. Joanne says, my parents and grandparents were through, but that is how they lived. Yep, everyone is spoiled today, including me. You and I just had this talk.
Yep.
Yep. You want to talk about it?
Nope.
I told B we were last night. This was late last night, and I'm sitting on the back deck, and she had said something. And I said, you're a spoiled brat. What'd you say?
I know.
Right. Yeah, Joanne. So I think, we're all that way, and I think we're all a little bit soft. And I'm not offending anybody. You don't need to email telling me you're not soft. It's fine. I believe you. But all of us, I think that there's a day of toughening coming, and we're all going to have to be a little bit tougher. Spags, I didn't see your comment in here. If you wanted me to cover this festival or anything on it, may have lost your feed. My feed gone. Hey, everybody, give me a comment. Am I?
Oh, he wants
me to. Yeah, I don't know if Lisa maybe this week to help with the salsa and kids got credit. Yeah, amen, Mandy Garrett. Awesome. We'll see you there. Sadly, I will meet B, but we will meet you next time. Yep. Subject freedom is perfect for you. Yep. Exclusively. Okay, got it. Okay, so everybody's here. I'm here. All right, cool. So apparently I didn't lose my feed. Anyway, okay, so the Midwest Preparedness Project, I just got the, it looks like the schedule. So on Friday, September the 30th, there's a Baofeng Introduction to the Radios class. I think that's probably taught by Charles. I don't know, though, because it doesn't say, but that's who usually would teach that. So Introduction to the Baofeng Radios. Also Spinning 101, an introduction to hand spinning for beginners.
Oh.
Then an introduction to reloading, both bench and field expeditious reloading. That's great. 6 o'clock, they'll do the conflicted game around the fire. Saturday, Spags is going to do a Don't Be That Guy, Pitfalls to Avoid class. 1 o'clock, Homesteading When It Counts by Rocky Top Ranch. And Matt from Harmony Hills Farmstead and Homestead Butchery. I'm sorry. Matt from Harmony Hills Farmstead is going to do a homestead butcheries class, followed by a potluck, and then prize drawings, and then Bartertown. And then Sunday morning, they'll do a prayer service for anyone that's interested, and then everybody packs up and goes home. So the reason this is the first leak, this is the first time that it's been spoke of, the actual calendar of events for the Midwest Preparedness Project. But I know that they'll get it posted out pretty quick. Sandy Phillips says, most people are soft-spoiled and too dependent on other people and resources to meet their needs. It's going to be a rude awakening to the vast majority of people when the balloon goes up. Yeah. Okay. Spag said, yes, Charles is the one teaching that class. Okay. So Lucy Bourne, as I always call her, the Terminator. You guys know this. So her YouTube channel is My Crooked Little Homestead. She's got a couple videos out, but guys, this is somebody who washes her clothes outside, right? Without plumbing. I mean, and doesn't have indoor plumbing and is really doing it that way. You guys go check her out. Lucy says, I'm just learning how to do it and having fun. Yep. Mo says, most people today are not soft. They are thick and chunky.
What's the difference between thick and chunky?
Yeah, Mo, what's the difference between thick and chunky in your example? Lisa, welcome back. Gail said, Lucy, I just subscribed. Yep. Guys, there's a lot of really good smaller channels who are absolutely trying to do it, to do it the right way. We talked about Lucy. I've talked about American Roots a million times, Grumpy Acres and Hacks for the Homestead. And there's just so many. I mean, I know there's a billion of them that I'm leaving out. I would love to sit and talk to all of you. If any of you guys are willing to get on camera with me and we can talk homesteading, I'll absolutely do it. I love every bit of that. Grumpy says, don't encourage Mo. Yeah. Laugh out loud, Mo.
Manny thought it was funny.
Yeah, Deb says, oh, spinning.
Spinning. Yeah, that's why I was like, whoa, we haven't had a spinning class.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Guys, some of the classes, like we did brewing beer one year. We've done, I'm just trying to think of the ones that I really, really enjoyed. The Kydex classes.
Making silver bullets.
Yeah, they weren't silver. They were lead.
Lead, sorry. They were silver. A lot I paid attention to.
Right.
Sharpening knives when Snugs brought that big machine and I got all of my knives sharpened. Why don't you do silver bullets? That's what gets rid of
It's a waste of my silver. You want me to melt our silver into bullets?
No, I suppose not.
Okay, so Coraline says, good night all, early morning. Yep, God bless. Yep. Hey, have a great night. American Roots says, I am. Anytime tag. Yeah, let's do it, American Roots. Let's sit down and have hey, send me an email. Let me know do you want to do it just you and I? Do you want to do it with your family, my family? We'll do something joint. I'm 100% in. We'll absolutely make it happen. Sandy Phillips said, I was teaching to two of my teenage nephews how to gut fresh caught trout. I love trout. One vomited and the other gagged. I laughed, but it was actually sad. Actually, I agree with this. I'll tell you guys a real quick story. When I was young, I was at my grandpa's house, my grandpa used to own a little town called Tie Siding, Wyoming. And so he had 3,000 acres. But anyway, we were out there and I was just a little kid. And back then it was okay to give a little kid a .22 rifle and tell him to go have fun. So they did that. We went out and shot a rabbit and I came back to the house all proud because I'd shot this rabbit. And my grandpa said, where's the rabbit? I said, what do you mean, where's the rabbit? It's up on the hill where I shot it. Man, he got so mad at me. Get your ass up there. Do it. I got up there. He made me completely clean that thing. All the way till it was his refrigerator. And it was a great lesson for me. Josh from Laugh Out Loud. Glenn heard thick and chunky, turned around, patted his belly, and agreed. Manny said, I wanted to get a game called Conflicted that I heard from Bobby. I need this game to toughen up my husband. Laugh Out Loud. You guys should play. The game Conflicted is interesting. It's just a card game. It's super cheap.
It's just a deck of cards.
Just a deck of cards, and it gives you a kind of a shit hits the fan kind of scenario. And you just talk through the answers, but there's no easy answer to any of the questions. It's if this, but that, kind of thing. But it's super fascinating. The I Am of Me. I just joined FreeSteading. Hey, thank you very, very much. I will take any feedback you can give me. Deborah Sue, go Lucy. Lucy is the Terminator, Deb. I'm telling you. Grumpy wants to know if we're hunting werewolves.
Maybe.
With the silver bullets.
Same thing.
Now listen, the silver bullet has to be a particular side. You can't puree it. Just
Is it chunky?
Well, depending to some definitions.
Thick?
To some definitions. Hey, Mandy Garrett, Spags says he may have a few extra decks. Get a hold of Spags.
Oh.
You can find him, go to his YouTube channel, Spags Unfiltered, and just comment or send him a private message or email him. I'm assuming, Spags, your email is on your YouTube channel. I'm assuming it is, or get it to her somehow, and he'll take care of you. Yeah, good. Got to take care of it. Let me see. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so Spags just put in the link to the Conflicted game. Lucy Bourne said, thank you, everyone. I would love to go on camera and talk with you anytime. I don't have a clue how, but you are never too old to learn. No, we can blow right through this. I can do it's so easy, Lucy. This is what happens. I send you an email with a link. You click on the link and you're on the camera. It's really not hard at all. Jonathan said, I remember having so much fun hunting quail with a 22 rifle and chasing them through the brush when I was a kid. Easy cleaning and good eating. Just don't miss your shot. Those things move fast. Yep. Spag says, in deck 5, Desolation deck, I submitted one of the cards. Oh, I didn't know that, Bobby. Cool. The card is designed specifically to get people to argue. Yeah, like that. Tennessee Farm Gal says, I think possum and raccoon are in my future. Tennessee Farm Gal, I think possum and raccoon are in all of our future. Unfortunately, you know. All right. Well, hey guys, listen, it's we've been at this 2 hours. We probably should get trucking along. Guys, feel free to get over there to FreeSteaders. Feel free to give me any feedback you want. I would love to take it. We're going to build a place where we can all go. We can, let's just do me a favor. Let's all of us police ourselves. Let's not allow something to get out of control or let not allow those kinds of things, because if it does, then I'm posed a whole different set of problems that I have to be able, to address. Other than that, I really appreciate the live. I appreciate the conversation. I mean, 2 hours just blew right on by. So I guess got a couple more here to read. I guess it went by fast. Yeah, just basically a lot of good nights. Hey, good night, everybody. Like I always tell you, go try to live a little bit freer today than you did yesterday. This is super, super important. Stop all of these places that have stroke over you. It's easy to, I would say it's not easy to do it. It's easy to identify it. Sit down and just break down what are the things you're dependent on and just work on what you can work on. This week it might be something as simple as saving seeds so that now we're not dependent on that. And next week it'd be paying off your mortgage. But get focused on living free. Hold the line. Don't give an inch. Tag out.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys. Everybody have a great night.
I gotta go turn off the air conditioners.